this whole trip has been a complete nightmare, I think, to organise. I feel very sorry for the diplomats here in Beijing, the British diplomats. They've been working on this trip for months now. There was speculation it would happen back in at the beginning of this year. It never happened. Then we were told it might happen in November. And right up until early on this morning, to be frank, the British diplomats at the embassy here still didn't know whether this meeting that you're looking at here would take place. I got a text message from a member of staff within the embassy at 5 to 6 this morning, our time, telling us that suddenly this meeting was to be on. You're looking there on the right at the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. So this meeting was only set up while David Cameron was on the plane over here. That's how difficult relations are at the moment between Britain and China. Of course, it's more than 3 years, almost exactly 3 years, since David Cameron was last here. He's been trying hard to get an invitation to come back. He hasn't got one because of a meeting he held with the Dalai Lama in May last year in London. That infuriated the Chinese government. He's back now, and this mission really is all about one thing: trade. Britain needs China. Britain needs Chinese money, Chinese investment in the UK, and British companies need to plug themselves into China in a way that they've not really done before. You walk around Beijing, walk around Chinese cities, you see lots of evidence of German investment here, French investment here, but not to such an extent British investment. And so that's why he's travelling with more than 100 business leaders from mainly small businesses, sausage companies, that sort of thing. Food, I think, is one big element of this. British food is popular here in China, but it could be sold to a greater extent. And I think if the politicians are talking, and you can see them talking there, then perhaps trade can be increased. That's what this is all about. But he's walking a fine line. It's a very difficult job, really, that he's got, because on one hand, he doesn't want to be seen to be criticising the Chinese government, but the frank truth is that Britain's values are not at all in step with Chinese values. The two have very different views on many different issues: human rights, the geopolitics in the region. He'll be forced to comment on those sorts of things. This is going to be a difficult trip.